What is feminism? Feminism in general, it means the equality of genders. In general terms, the equality of male and the female human subject in society. Equality in the sense of equal opportunity in social, political, economic terms, and equality in the sense of respect and value. Now, why this idea of feminism in itself is disturbing? It's kind of in a way misguiding. It undermines some of the presumption, some of the basic premises. Now, why this feminism is a disturbing phenomenon? This feminism is a disturbing concept. Now, we are seeing also the toxic feminism, as dhruv rathee in one of his recent videos, he talked about this. But I'm not going to talk about toxic feminism, but here I am talking about the core feminism, which is a concept like this equal rights, equal opportunity. As Priyanka Chopra, Bollywood actress, she talks about feminism, as Emma Watson talks about feminism. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about that kind of feminism, but we're going to criticize that feminism, that why we're going to attack it, why it is not even healthy thing, this equal rights of male and female human subject in human society, why it is so disturbing. सबसे पहला चीज़ यही है कि जब भी हम लोग ये चीज़ बोलते हैं कि the male and the female, they must have they must have jobs in society and so on, they must go to jobs and do new businesses and earn money. This is disturbing, because कैसे हम लोग इस चीज़ को सोच लिया पहले से, एक प्रिजम्पशन, एक presupposition that economic and political, these two parameters are the only parameter to define the value of a subject. Now, why it is not possible that a female subject can remain in house and do all the tasks and achieve the same equal value of a male subject who is doing outside something, job, business, or whatever. Now, we are always, why this is like confusing, like when we are saying that the female subject in society, they must do business and job in order to be equal with the male subject. Now they are doing job, business, this in order to be the equal with the male subject. Now, who define this political and economic parameter as to as the like parameters to define the value of a subject? Now, a male subject और female subject का value क्या है, उसका essence क्या है society में, इसको डिफाइन करने के लिए जो पॉलिटिकल और इकोनॉमिक पैरामीटर को हम लोग अनकॉन्शियसली और प्रीकॉन्शियसली यूज कर रहे हैं, this is incorrect. I'm not saying that female subject are not, they should not go to job, but rather it is the opposite. Like through doing business, job, earning money, and doing something politically, economically, they are trying to become like equal with the man in society, or they are defining this as equality, equal opportunity, equal rights, and so on. No, they are already equal with the man, and as a consequence of that equality, they must do all these things just simply out of passion. For example, if you are a man, then you are not going to do job in order to like just for example, it's kind of a sort of a it's a cultural parameter, it's a cultural condition. Now as a man, I don't want to do job. It's for me, it is safe like to remain in house and just like I will cook something and someone and just like it's nothing to take very complex political social thing, do job and interacting with other people. Let's say you are a doctor. Now anytime, maybe middle in the night, you have a call, you have to go to the hospital, you have a police officer, now there's a crime, you have to go. Now there is always this kind of outside calling, this always tackling this outside world. It's a complex world. If you are self-aware about this world, if you know about the world, then it is much more complex than the inside world. Okay, now inside world is also traumatic. It's also like husband wife, they're fighting with one another and they're criticizing, they're not happy or satisfied. But yes, here you can like if you are educated, then you can manage it, but the outside world, it is much more complex, it is much more vast. Okay, here it is in your hands. My point is this very simple, like that through this political, through participating into political and economic concern, female subjects are trying to achieve equality, but no, they are already equal, and as a consequence they must do something in politics or economics, or if they want they can remain in the house. Just someone can just do job, a male human subject and female human subject, they can remain in the house, do nothing, and still they can be equal. That is my point. Okay, so my criticism is this very simple, this presumption, this preconscious uh, like assumption that only political and economic parameters are the parameters to define the value of a subject, male or female human subject in society. That is a problematic thing. Now let's talk about now equal rights, or what is equal opportunity, equal opportunity. Like let's say we need a lots of nurse in society, and there's a classroom where we train nurse in a college. Now if we put their equal number of male and female human subject, spend all the resources, time and teaching staff and everything, then we will see that uh, more than 90% are female are going to be the nurse, and even less than 10% are male are going to be the nurse. Okay, because male nurse is in a way sort of kind of, it doesn't fit with the concept of the nurse, take care and so on, all these things. Okay, let's say military. In military we see less number of females. We can change it, of course, we can see female subject in military, we can see male subject in nursing, but yes, we will never, I don't think so, we can achieve change the whole biological aspect, because this kind of social concept of nurse, military, sports, and acting, music, these are emerging from our biological condition. This whole cultural concepts, these are different job categories, are beneath this there is a sort of biological condition, there are biological conditions. Okay, so we can see these biological conditions are there, the difference in between male and female human subject, biological conditions, the difference between biological conditions, but we don't want to accept the difference of job. No, there will be always some difference. So if we spend same amount of money, effort and resources to create nurses in society, then most of the female are going to be the nurse, but very less number of male are going to be the nurse. So equal resource, providing this equal resource is not going to helpful. We need to understand this, that it doesn't fit with the, like there is some sort of inequality. Yes, there will be male human subject that are going to do the nurse thing, but very less. There will be female human subject that are going to be the military thing, but it will be always less. It will be always less. Okay, so this equal opportunity is at some level is kind of in a way not completely correct. Okay, now then the point is that the the idea, this whole concept of the man and woman, it is not just simply biological. There are biological difference, but it is not just biology, but it's also about psychology, psychological difference. But then this is not just psychology, it's also about cultural. This concept of the female or the feminine, it's a cultural concept, it is not a biological, it is not psychological, it's more cultural. But from where this cultural concept is emerging? From our scientific understanding of our own body. Now before 500 years ago, we had very little understanding about our bodies, about our biology, but now we have better understanding about our bodies and our biology. So the cultural construct we are having now about male and female identity in society, it is much more evolved than though 500 years ago. Now this gap will always remain. Because when 20 years later or 30 years later, we will have better understanding of the biology, and there will be, on the basis of that scientific understanding, this cultural construct of this identity of male and female will change. but we always undermine that as science is evolving, the cultural concept is also evolving, but we are always in a hurry to change things. We have to push things, or otherwise the opposite, we are too much lazy to change things, like no need to change anything, this. Okay, so for me, this male and female, it is not just biological or psychological, it's about cultural, this cultural construct which somehow undermines the biological and psychological differences. Okay, somehow it can just like suppress it or try to suppress it, but biological differences are crucial, we should not forget about it. Okay, it does not mean that I'm saying this male or female subjects, they should not go to job or do politics or economy, no, but rather the opposite. I'm saying they should not do it for the wrong reason, to be equal. If I do the job as a female, if some feminine subject, if she thinks that if I do job, participate into economics, personal finance and political and social concern, then it will define me as equal with men. No, this reason to be equal with men in itself, this desire in itself, define them as unequal. So for me, it is the primary thing to just reduce this thing, to discard it. Okay, and to realize it, to experience it, that like they are already equal, and as a consequence of that equality they can do it if they want, but if they don't want, they don't want, like it is absolutely fine. There is nothing to prove here, nothing to to do, as like there no need to sort of kind of a movement of okay, let's be equal, support feminism and so on. No, I think this is like in a way backfiring the society. Okay, so what we have to do is just simple understanding what we need, not feminism, but rather kind of an integration of gender, what I like to call this. Now, to this developing this very understanding, like the male subject, he must understand about the female psychology and the female physicality, physiology and the cultural concept, and the female human subject must achieve the knowledge or the education about the male psychology, male biology and the cultural pressure and the concept about what is the male or the masculine subject. Okay, when both of these subjects are going to understand not just themselves, experience just themselves, but also understand each other, through that we can integrate these two gender and develop a sort of an harmony in between their activity. And we are already equal in the sense of existential value, not natural. Even there are inequalities in terms of natural different, but it's too much complex, I will not go into the topic. But existential level, yes, we are equal, but that equal is nothing that we need to do a social movement in a very toxic and kind of uncalculated manner, but rather what we have to do is to just educate, to just understand this thing, that we are already equal. We no need to be equal, develop equality through movements, but by reflecting what is already, by reflecting there, we need to discover that we are already equal. Okay, so I hope you got my point. So this is my understanding of this concept of feminism and gender equality and so on. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have learned something new. If you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe my channel. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.